Yo, what's up? Over the past year, just in 2024, I have built over 10 AI-based applications for my clients without using a single line of code. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact process of building such app from complete scratch all the way to the very end so that you can follow along and learn how to build your AI app without using any code. Now, this video is going to be helpful for you regardless of your experience. If you're just starting out with no code and you don't know any code at all, you don't know how it's done, you're going to get some value out of it and learn it. Or if you're even more experienced with things like Bubble, you're still going to be able to learn from this video. And this is the side of my product studio. So for example, this is just some of the work we've done, showing you that it is there. But without further ado, let's go and build the app. We are going to go to bubble.io because I believe this is genuinely the best and fastest way to build an AI app without code. I clicked on create a new app. We are not going to start from a template, and the name of the app is going to be Horoscope. The purpose of the application that we're going to be building today is an application where you input your birth date and you input the birth date of your partner, so a guy and a girl, and the app is going to tell you how compatible you are with each other. Regardless of which application you are building, the principles are the same. So it does not matter what you do, it's the same. And that's why we're building a Horoscope app, because I believe it's a good example. We're going to start with basic features, and now Bubble is going to create our application in the background. Let's wait for that. We are basically going to skip application assistant because we genuinely don't need any there. And we are going to be on this page. First things first, we are going to make this page responsive. What this means is that now our page is going to be working well on every screen size. So there we go, we've just made that. In Bubble, here you see all of the pages of your application, and we are going to be building only one page, which is the index page, which is the core functionality of our application. So first of all, let's start with the design. What do we want in our application? Well, we want two things. We want to input the birth date of a guy, a birth date of a girl, then click onto submit, and then the application should give some of the horoscope or prediction of how the relationship is going to go. So let's start by building the functionality of inputting the date. Let's start with the user interface. What do we need to build? Well, we need the two date pickers. To do that, I'm going to start with a group. A group is a container that allows you to put other visual elements into it. So this is essentially our page now. Doing a row, so things are going to be next to each other. And now we need to create a place for us to input it. So let's start with a text. Or actually, within the group, we're going to put another group, which is going to be a column, and it's all going to make sense in just a bit. We are going to put a text into there, and now here we're going to go like date of birth of, or like let's of male, or like of the guy. So just put it like this. And now we need to put a date picker. So date time picker is an input form that's going to allow us to input the date. There we go. It's going to input time is going to be date and time. And the initial content, it doesn't matter. Date format, this is all good. Time format, yes, this is all perfect. Now this input should not be empty because we require this input for this thing to actually work. And now let's actually style it a bit more. So first of all, this might be more in center. So let's make it pretty. There we go. This can also be in the center. This group can actually be fit with the content, so it looks more pleasant. And we are going to apply gap spacing here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just basically styling the application. What we're going to do is we're going to pick these things, and afterwards we are going to combine them using AI to give a prediction. So right now we're doing the inputs. Okay, we continue. Maybe we want to make it a bit prettier with an image. So we're just going to put an image here. Boom. There we go. Now we need some image. And let's just chatgpt and generate the image for this. So I'm in my chatgpt and I'm going to be, give me an image of a guy. Boom. Just any guy. Let's wait for it to generate. There we go. Let's download this. Now for a girl, it's going to be generating. There we go. Just download this. Cool. Now let's use these images here. So let's upload the image of the guy. Boom. Now the size is bad, so to do that, we keep the aspect ratio fixed, and maybe we make it a bit smaller, let's say 200 pixels, center of the column. Oh, this is a bit weird. Oh, because we did not place it in the right spot, it should be here. There we go. And now we need the girl input. So we can literally just duplicate this, swap the image for the girl, and date of birth of the girl. And almost everything now from the user interface is ready. This in column, we now spread it out evenly so it looks appropriately. There we go. Finally, we need some sort of button to submit our prediction. So we put it here. It's just below. Yes, there we go. The button should be dead in center of our page. And let's actually group this page one more time. So we group everything again. It's always nice to group your things. And now this column is going to get a gap spacing of, say, 16 pixels. So there's some space between the button and those. And the button is going to basically say, give me, or like generate prediction, or horoscope. Perfect. This is the basic user interface. So let's check it out. Let's click on preview and see how it works already. So I'll disable, right, it doesn't matter. So now we can pick date of birth of this guy. So boom, boom, boom. Let's click this and the time, and the same for the girl. Boom. And once we click here, something should happen which we did not build yet. Another thing I've just noticed, we should click this display drop downs to pick month year, because right now, as you have seen, it was not convenient for us to pick the date, because now it's much easier because to pick this other than clicking these arrows, right? So we did that minor fix there. This should be good enough as the interface. Now let's input this functionality. So how do we actually go about implementing the AI part into our app? The way to do it is we are going to connect a large language model to the application so that it can generate the outputs. To do that, we are going to go to chatgpt, which is platform.openai is the platform for developers for OpenAI. You need to create an account there, which I have already done. And now we are going to get our API key, which is going to allow us to access ChatGPT. Now we're going to click on create new secret key. It's going to be horoscope app. This all does not matter. Create secret key. It's going to generate the key. You only can copy it once, so copy and do not forget it. Let's go back to our editor. In here, we need to connect that ChatGPT to the application. To do that, we go to plugins. And over here, we're going to add the API connector. This is the plugin that's going to allow us to make that connection. We're going to add another API, which is going to be OpenAI. And now we need to see how we handle the authentication. So how do we actually connect to it? To do that, we are going to go over here, which is copy the API key, and we need to find in documentation what we need to do. So I'm going to walk you through this process because it's important. Maybe you're going to connect a different model, such as an image model. So you need to know how to look through the documentation. Here, we want to go to Quick Start because Quick Start is usually the thing that's going to allow you to do this. Or actually not, pardon, text generation. Let's see what there is here. Blah, 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 building prompts, system messages. It's not what we need yet. We need to find the API. So best practices, resources. Let's try to find API. And this is batch API, endpoints chat. This is it. Here, exactly what we need. So now we need to find the proper command for us to use it. Here we go. This is it. But now we need it in curl. Here we're just literally gonna copy this, go over here, and we are gonna import from another curl, paste it here, import, boom. There we literally go. Last thing left for us to do is to replace this with our API key, which we have copied from our settings, but now since I copied that, I think lost the API key and we need to generate another one. Can I still copy this? Oh, actually I cannot. So we need to create a new one. Horoscope, create new secret key, copy. There we go. Now paste this over here. Headers, this should be private. No one should be able to see what we're sending over here. And just like this, we have integrated ChatGPT. Now let me explain you what's going on behind here. So all of these things are just going to be connecting ChatGPT. They're done automatically, but this over here, we are using model GPT-4o, and now we need to prompt the AI. So over here, this is, first of all, this is the system prompt. So this is how is ChatGPT going to behave. You are a horoscope compatibility teller. You will be provided with 2 dates, and you need to generate a compatibility report for these people. And here in content, this is where we are actually going to give the inputs. So now male, birth date, and then here we're going to do like this, and here we're going to go male, and then we're going to go like this, and then we're going to go female, birth date, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to go female. When I do this, these things are basically the variables. So now use the IP over here, not private, not private. Now we can initialize the call. So this is going to connect. We're just going to simply save everything that it does. And now we can actually use this call in our app. The connection is established. So now let's integrate it within our application. So generate horoscope. We're going to add workflow to this button. And when generate horoscope is clicked, we need to access OpenAI. So, one thing that we need to do still here is use this as action, because this is going to allow us to use it in the workflow editor. So this workflow editor allows us to do some actions, and here we're going to go OpenAI. This is this thing. Now we need to insert male birth date and female birth date over here. So how do we know which one is which? Date time picker male, and this one we're going to rename to date time picker female. So go here, date time picker male value, and now we need to format it appropriately, very important, so that ChatGPT can understand what's going on. And it's important that we keep the time in there as well, custom. So, and now in this custom, very, very important to generate it appropriately. We can use just month, day, year, but there should, yes. So let's see, at Saturday, this we don't need. Let's see again. This I think we don't need. We can remove this. Let's see how it works. We don't need the seconds, and we don't need this, just like this. Okay, so now we have the date. Perfect. Now we have the date and the time over here. Let's copy this because we're going to use it again. Literally, or we can just literally copy this, paste it into the female. And here we just change it to female. Perfect. Now we have the inputs into the ChatGPT. So it's going to go ahead and generate the prediction. And now we need to fetch that prediction from somewhere and display it for the user. To do this, we are going to add another thing here, which is going to be pure text. We are going to put it in the middle of the application. We need to put it inside of the group. So just right here below the button. There we go. And this text will have a state. A state helps us save some variables. You'll see how it is. So the state is going to be prediction. Prediction, state type is going to be text, because we want to save a text there. Perfect. There we go. And this text is not going to be visible on page load. It's only going to be visible when this text prediction is not empty. Only then will the text be visible. And what we're going to put into here is your horoscope. Do a line break, and over here we're going to be text, your horoscopes, prediction. There we go. Finally, we need to set this state to our prediction once the prediction is generated. So set state of an element. What was it? Text C prediction. Perfect. And the value of it is going to be the result of this previous step. And we need to put it to object. Is it object? Now we actually need to see what we need to put it. We can go back to the API call, reinitialize it. And over here now, we need to find what we need. It's actually going to be choices list, and over here it's going to be message content. Okay, perfect. So we're going to go here. Here it's going to be choices. First item, message content. There we go. Right now, we already have a functional app. So now if I choose a date of birth of a guy, let's say somewhere here with a time of 1730, and let's choose something for the girl. And let's go in a random date with, let's say, this time. And now I click on generate horoscope. It's going to load. And once the output is generated, we are going to see a text appear over here. So this is essentially already the most basic version. There we go. So your horoscope to assess compatibility between these two individuals, blah, blah, blah. And now it starts printing. However, what we will notice is right now, it's not what we need. Reason why is blah, blah, blah overall. So like right now, the chatgpt is not prompted very well. It's still not giving us the exact output that we need. Let's continue working on our prompt to get the app to where we need it to be. We go to plugins here. So let's continue prompting it. Next thing we want to prompt here is do not only output the prediction and nothing else. Also, format everything using BB code. Reason why is Bubble can read BB code and it cannot read what chat like Markdown. This is the format of the text that it outputs, because right now you see like all these weird stars. This is the issue with formatting of ChatGPT. So let's do it again. We do something here, here. We go back here, just choose random date and generate horoscope. Let's see how it's going to be. And now it's still like, the formatting is still not there, but here now we see males. Okay, this looks already better. Your horoscope compatibility report, compatibility analysis, and there we go. It's already much, much better. So now we continue prompting it to make it even better for our use case. Format using BB code and do not use titles in your formatting because those looked very weird. Do not mention, right now it also mentioned this like which is astrology is not definitive, blah, 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 blah. Do not mention any disclaimers regarding astrology. Okay, let's give it another shot. Let's refresh the page. Generate horoscope. Oh, you need to select the date, select the time, boom, generate. Let's see the format of it right now. Your horoscope compatibility report. Sun signs, same birth date. There we go. And this is already looking much, much better. The one thing left to do right now is, like you see, the page is not looking as pleasant for the user. I think we're quite well with prompting. This does get the job done, but we need to make it look more pleasing because right now you see this is not the best. First thing, let's make this group limited in maximum width to 890. This is generally a good practice. We're going to give it a padding on left and right 20, 20, so it never overflows to all the screens. And this text, yeah. And now let's just, even if I just regenerate this, you're going to see it's already much better. There we go. And so I do the same thing again. Let's see how it looks like right now. Generate. Generate. There we go, your horoscope. We can actually remove this your horoscope from our text now that I notice. Let's do that as well. But now I also noticed, yes, there we go, this is good. But now I noticed it's again gives you this title. I don't know why it does this. It just, formatting, do not use titles in your formatting. Very important. Only paragraphs and bold texts are allowed. Let's try this again now. Just continue prompting. This is how you build these apps. It just takes time to get the right prompt. It just takes time to get the right app. Okay, now we put this, we put this, we put this, we put this. Generate horoscope. There we go. And this is already looking much, much better. But here you still see the formatting slides in, so it's important to not do this. But even this is fine already. Perfect. One thing is we don't have space over here yet, the bottom space, so space on top and bottom of the page. For this we go to the main group and we are going to give it a padding on top of 80 is usually fine, bottom 80 is usually fine as well. The page starts looking better already here. There we go. We can remove this, which is a debugger mode, which we're not using for this particular app. Let's move this. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Right now, we have the most basic functionality of our AI-based application out. If you now want to extend this functionality by adding other fields of input or further prompting it, this is how you do it. Usually, once you start building more complicated apps, the AI is not able to generate your horoscope as quickly and easily. Or, for example, the last app I was building was an app for generating short Instagram scripts and for Reels, and there it was very, very hard to get the desired result just with one prompt. What you do then is you split your task up in multiple chunks. So one AI is responsible for only generating the first sentence of the script, the next AI is responsible for generating the second sentence, and the third AI is responsible for generating the rest. And this way you can prompt each AI on each particular part of the script. So essentially, you would have multiple calls chained to each other. You'll have a call here, but then you would add another call with a different prompt behind it, and this is how you would generate those more complex apps. So the next logical question you're asking is, how do I charge users for using this particular application? And to do this, you would create a login system and then a payment system behind it, which I will be doing in the next video. So follow this channel and make sure to like this video so I know that I should build something like this and you would find that valuable. Having said this, you now know how to build a very basic AI application from scratch in Bubble. And there you go. See you in the next video.